Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining me today. My name is General Confusion, and this is once again Missionforce Cyberstorm. So, we've not made any changes to our roster since last time. We're picking up right from where we left off. I have selected a mining mission, and we are about to go. Alright, I think we all know the drill by this time. Show ore locations. Okay, so we've got this ore deposit up here. We've got a tiny little one down here. So, since I have my two bandit class ogres, Outlaw and Bandit herself, we're going to detach those two to go up north here. Missing their firepower won't be a huge detriment if there aren't any cybrids up here, and if there are some cybrids up here, they can hopefully handle them. Don't see any yet, but we will stay in cover for now. So this doesn't show up too often when you have a scout herc around, but those gray spaces there are hexes that I have seen before, but can't see from my herc's current positions. Because this ogre only has the advanced crystal sensors, which aren't as good as the scout sensors that the sensei and the shadow can have, it does sometimes move out of range of things that it could see before. And terrain, as you can see, has blocking effects. So line of sight is blocked by that pillar right there, so I can't see that space. So these 1500 shields the ogres have, I've talked about this a little before, they're tough enough to survive one shot from pretty much any given weapon. From SP 1200s, for example, they will not survive 2 shots. So 2 shots and they're down. Okay, there's some more ore right over there. Don't see any cybrids yet. Nope, no cybrids. There could be some right along the edges of the map, but probably at this point I'm willing to guess that they're in a different direction.
Movement. Shields.
So we are going to take our firepower and start moving it south. We're going to pop war up here.
Movement.
Where you can be a big target and also get opportunity fire at anybody who presents themselves. Aha! Anybody who presents themselves like these guys. That's a Parasite V1 and a Spectre V2. I am not afraid of either of these, let's say these people for now. However, I also don't have very good hit chances because of the angle. Because I'm trying to trace line of fire over these ridges and fire, you know, like skimming shots, which I can't really do. So instead I'm going to put my shields over that way. You can move over here where you're in more cover and crouch down. Now, there could be more cybrids in another direction. That does happen sometimes on mining missions. So we're going to send this Reaper over in this direction with Tola. And then everybody else we'll continue down this way. We'll be a little cautious. We'll stay in cover for the first part of our movement, since we can. So what should happen here is the cybrids do like to shoot anytime they have the opportunity. They don't always, but usually they do. So what should happen is they'll shoot at him with pathetic hit chances and just miss with everything. Yep, I was right. There's more cybrids over here. Okay, so I don't like those cybrids mining my ore. We're gonna have to deal with that. Okay, so over here we have 4 cybrids, but none of them are threatening except this Cerebus V3, which is vaguely threatening. He's dead. He's dead. And he's dead. When I said vaguely threatening, I meant in the sense that it had weapons that could actually hurt me, as opposed to being like a legitimate, you know, military threat. Oh, he survived. That's depressing. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, so we've got 1 Genocide left. Up here, these guys need to turn on their extractors and get me some more. Having fast hercs able to do mining is hugely valuable because you can do that. You can get, 500-600 units of ore per turn and clear out the ore fields very, very quickly.
Shields.
I cannot shoot him. Don't have the angle. Pardon my vocal roughness there. But he does. My goodness, Belphegor. I haven't upgraded your missiles.
Shields. Movement.
Okay, so we've still got this Spectre, and there might be another one somewhere, too. It's possible.
Systems.
This guy, however...
Shields.
Wow, there's a lot of war on this map, actually. In case there are more Cyberts over in this direction, you go over here. Okay, doesn't seem to be. And you... Your mortars can't reach that far. Try moving and see if I can get in range. Nope, still can't. Okay. Yep, that was it. Okay, 95,000 credits, and we have been promoted to Combat Captain. Sweet. Let's see how everybody's doing. Koras only has 16 months remaining, so I'll have to replace him pretty soon. Everybody else is doing all right. Tarsus still has almost 3 years. Crow has more than 4 years. Tola has a long time remaining. Kyoko's doing okay. Garan, Jai, Mawan. Mawan has a pretty long lifespan, although not as long as Tola. And then I also have Tarn, who I still haven't linked. Okay, so now we have the thermal Kneedler, which I'll show you when I get into the technology. And now we have the largest herc in the game. This is the biggest technology advance this time, and the most interesting. With the Juggernaut herc, you finally have enough firepower to destroy this base and everyone on it. Well, actually, I already had that kind of firepower, but anyway. It doesn't matter if we use Cybrid tech to make a Bioderm look like the devil as long as we win. What an interesting attitude. Also, notice how small the cadre has gotten at this point. We are one of fairly few to make it this far. I like Chief Engineer Raymond Scott's quote here. The romance went out of it for me when the Walking Fortress came along. When you've got that kind of long-range capability with a few sensor craft to zero the enemy, who needs subtlety? He's absolutely right. The Juggernaut changes the game. And here we have Mentor. Because, yeah, this is the expansion of MSI's experimentation with Cybrid tech to make bioderms more efficient. It's a bioderm brain in a jar. That's basically what it is.
Your rank entitles you to command more hercs and bioderms.
Okay, so let's take a look at our new goodies, shall we? Here is the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut costs almost 91,000 credits, just base, without anything else. It comes with Did Raid armor, the preflexive drive, so we have to put a ton of money into this thing to make it combat capable. But it's hugely powerful and durable. And most of the durability comes from one thing. That. The Juggernaut can mount a rating 3,900 shield. 3 times as powerful, or almost 3 times as powerful as an Ogre's shield, almost twice as powerful as a Demon's shield. Basically, once you have Juggernauts on the field, the game actually gets a lot simpler in some ways. Because with Juggernauts, yeah, you still use cover, all that, good stuff. But if you leave a Juggernaut out in the open for a turn, it can suck up fire and not really care. It's very large, it's very tough, it's just not threatened. It's just not threatened by most things, honestly. Also, it has the giant overcompensator cannon running down the line, running down the middle, that can mount the Fusion Annihilator, They call the Fusion Annihilator the most terrifying weapon ever designed. It's not really. It does less than 300 damage versus shields, less than 200 damage versus armor, and it only has a range of 9. It's not very impressive. I won't really be using it. But in any case, so the Juggernaut has 1, 2, 3, 4 main energy weapon slots, 2 missiles, and then 2 dedicated elf slots, interestingly. You don't use elves much, but when you have them on the Juggernaut, you can use them to hold off Verminuses very effectively, because one hit from an elf will kill a Verminus usually. We now have access to the missile HK+, which does only 80 damage a shot, but fires 4 times a turn. Unfortunately, it only has 16 ammo, so it's only good for 4 rounds. So it does significantly more damage in a single round than the Hunter Killer Missile, but might stick with Hunter Killer Missiles for a while anyway, or at least have a mix of them, because the Hunter Killer Missiles can fire for twice as long before they run out of ammo. So with the Juggernaut represents the ultimate concentration of firepower. So I can actually sell off one of my Reapers, like this new Reaper that I just got, that I just spent time upgrading. I didn't know I was going to be upgrading to Juggernauts immediately on the next mission. If I'd known, I wouldn't have bought this thing. So I'm going to sell it, and click the wrong button, and then go back, and I'm going to upgrade my Juggernaut. Improved drive, matter conversion reactor, reinforced legs. You will definitely notice the Juggernaut is slower. We have access to true power batteries now, which give you a lot more power reserve. We are going to give him the 3900 shields, and the advanced crystal sensors. We have the image enhancement targeting computer, which gives us a whopping plus 32% to target. And for life support, we do have access to the liquid life support, but we still don't need it. We can just stick with Bio-Envire. Fusion Annihilator I'm going to replace with an SP-1200. You will get other weapons you can mount in this slot, and only in this slot, that are pretty impressive, but the Fusion Annihilator isn't one of them, and we don't need it. We have the EMP Blaster now, and the EMP Blaster is an advanced version of an EMP gun that does 300 damage per shot to shields and fires twice a turn. It also has a max range of 15. So it's actually really, really useful for taking out shields. However, the SP-1200 has slightly longer range, does a little bit more damage in one shot than the EMP Blaster does in one shot, and also does some damage versus armor, so it is still definitely useful. For pure shield-destroying power, you definitely do want the EMP Blaster, just because the EMP Blaster can do 600 damage to shields in one volley. And that's pretty impressive, and you kind of need that to take down the very, very heavy shields on, like, later version Nihilists quickly. The Thermal Kneedler is a very interesting weapon. It has a max range of 15, so it's pretty impressive, range-wise. And it does no damage to shields, but it has 100 penetrating damage. It doesn't care about shields at all, so you can use sustained Thermal Needler fire to do damage and take down smaller Hercs smaller Cybrids, sorry, without having to go through their shields. Unfortunately, the damage isn't really high enough to matter at this point. Those lighter Cybrids that you could kill with it have light enough shields that you can just blow the shields down and crush them anyway. So, we will keep an EMP Blaster, at least one. Here, on these side mounts, we could mount SP-1200s. You can mount Plasma Mortars on the Juggernaut, which can be an interesting choice. Having a little bit of indirect fire capability can be useful. But instead, I think I'm probably going to stick NBWs on the arms, for flexibility's sake. We don't yet have the weapons that make Juggernauts really a terror. There are a couple of weapons in this game that once the Juggernaut gets them, the game is basically over. But we don't have access to those yet. And now for the Juggernaut, we'll give him just the standard HK missiles. I like the big single hits, and the overall slightly lower damage potential isn't that much of a problem. And we will give him chain elves, because they're fairly cheap, and at very, very close range, they can be useful. Now, for other items, the only real improvement we've gotten in terms of secondary items is active off-source jamming, which is a 25% ECM, reduces enemies' hit chance by 25%. Definitely worth it for a Juggernaut. A Juggernaut is very expensive, very valuable. You've got to keep it alive. We don't have enough to give it nano repair right at the moment. We could give it an overdrive node, but I don't think using a slot on that is really worth it. The Juggernaut is one where you might consider giving it a shield amplification crystal, because that 3900 shield is very unlikely to come down in one round, and then the improved regeneration rate actually does matter to it. So, this is the epitome, the pinnacle of Herc tech. This is the biggest, baddest, meanest Herc you can ever get. And it is significantly bigger and badder and meaner than any given Cybrid. There isn't a Cybrid in the game that can compete with the Juggernaut. So once you have the Juggernaut, as I said, the game changes a little bit. Juggernauts can spearhead attacks in a way that Reapers and Demons just can't do. I could keep Fast Shadow, but I'm not going to. I'm going to sell Fast Shadow. We're going to use that to give the Juggernaut true nano repair. And true nano repair, the 400% repair, is worth it for the Juggernaut because even if the shields go down, which isn't very common, a Juggernaut with true nano repair can usually fix itself and keep right on trucking. It's just that tough. So we've got true nano repair, we've got 6,500 left. We're going to give it a shield amplifier. So now, look at the speed difference. My Reapers, even not fully upgraded, still have 230 speed rating. The Juggernaut has 179, so it is significantly slower, about 25% slower. I could upgrade Belphegor, or I could sell Belphegor for 110,000. I'll keep him around. I'll give him missile HKs. Oh, I don't have enough credits, that's right. I don't have the money. Pestilence has the enhanced nano repair, all that stuff. Good. Juggernaut. Okay, so Juggernaut is now ready to go. And we are going to link. We have access to Mentor. Mentor's skills are pretty impressive right from the start, and he learns very rapidly. But Tarn has better base skill ratings, so we're going to link Tarn to Juggernaut. Especially Tarn has very high advanced tech, pretty good energy, pretty good piloting. We don't have the money to teach Tarn anything right now, unless maybe we recycle one of our extra bioderms, which we could do, but let's see who we have who's not linked. Mentor is unlinked, Borak is unlinked, but only worth 2,000. Yeah, you know what? I haven't used Borak in a while, and I don't really need cannon weapons at this point, so I'm going to be a Heartless Commander and recycle him. I think we did get some new cannon weapons, so we'll look at those just briefly. Where is... There's Tarn. Let's increase your energy, your missile, your piloting, and your advanced tech. Then energy again, missile again, and that's all the credits we have. So yeah, let's duck in here real quick and look at the new ballistic options. Or Sir Kai. Nothing new in this slot. Anything new in this slot? We have the super heavy particle gun. I think we've had that before. It does a ton of damage to armor, but that's about all it has going for it. Nope, it doesn't look like we do have any new ballistic options. Huh, I thought we did. Anyway, we have a bunch of basic upgrading that we can do after the next mission. So now we have this interestingly mixed squad where we have a couple of very light Hercs, a couple of powerful Hercs, and then one super, super powerful Herc. We're going to drop into a quick assault, and I'm going to show you how this Juggernaut works.
Herc base. Launch initial. Warning. Low shields.
Okay, so we are on Ursk. Shields are low, which in his case means he only has 2,300. So we've got Hades, still V1. That is a Hades V3. That is also a Hades V3. Okay, holy crap. So we have 3 Hades V3. Those are very dangerous. The Hades V1 isn't very dangerous, but we need to clear him out because what we want to do is we want to get all of our troops. We want to get one side clear. So this Juggernaut here, EMP Blaster, even here, that's enough damage to just kill it. We're going to use the Elves on this Genocide because we can't use them on anybody any further away. Can't quite kill him. Okay, fine. Mortars got rid of him. Let's also use the EMP Blaster on him. Okay. Okay. So now... yeah, what we're going to have to do is get rid of both of those cybrids at least, so we can focus our shields in this direction. Outlaw needs to come over here, where he won't be the first target of the big boys.
Shields. Shields.
Okay, those were both misses. Fine. You also need to get over here where you won't be the first target.
Shields.
And now Bandit. Bandit, Bandit, Bandit. Let's get you right there, where you can crossfire at this genocide. Only 56% hit chance. What is your major malfunction?
Weapons. Movement.
Okay. So, Hades V3. Dangerous. I want him dead. Excellent.
Shields. Weapon reloading. Shields.
Hey, let's drop some mortars on him, too. Excellent.
Movement. Shields.
Now, you, Juggernaut, are out of weapons.
Movement. Shields.
I'm not going to crouch you because I kind of want them to shoot at you. If they're going to shoot at anybody, which they are going to do, I would rather it was the Juggernaut. We still have 3 Reapers and our Demon unfired. That's a Nihilus V1, not very dangerous, not going to be able to move very far on this icy ground. So right now, these two are the main threat that I want to eliminate.
Shields.
Oh no. I'm on the wrong... shoot, I'm on the wrong shield facing. Okay, well I can still kill him. Alright, and we've got 2 of that Genocide's shield facings down, so... 62%? I don't like that. 72% is, well, better. Oh, hey, 2 hits. Wow, that's more than I expected. This demon can come over there. Ah, he turned. Just die already. Notice that Spectre was a lot tougher than earlier Spectres. He took a bunch of SPX shots to down. Okay, so now we have Genocides V2 and V3, we have a Spectre V4, and we have a Nihilus V1. Since I'm up on this hill, the Nihilus V1 probably won't be able to hit me very effectively.
Movement. Shields. Movement.
You are out of weapons, so you can crouch. You are out of weapons, so you can crouch. You are out of weapons, as are you. You, however, can come up here, hit him with 1 missile. See, the Spectre, the high mark Spectres, the high version Spectres rather, they become very tough actually. Much tougher than you would expect. Let's hit him with lasers to down his shields. Okay. So, all we have left is, we have a Parasite V2 up there. That's bad. This guy needs to move his shields to account for that.
Movement. Shields.
As does he. As does he. Okay, so now, Juggernaut.
Weapon recharging. Weapon recharging.
And there we go.
Enemy destroyed.
Not a challenge. So, once you have several Juggernauts on the field, combat just becomes really a matter of allocating missiles. Because the biggest weakness of Juggernauts is that they only have 2 missile slots. Now, on that planet, of course, my damage output was significantly reduced because my NBWs were only 50% effective. But with the reason I brought those is because they have that huge anti-armor punch, so they're a lot more useful in, you know, most circumstances. In any case, I'm going to cut this a little bit short today, just because I'm a little bit short on time. But in the next episode, I'll do a little bit more grinding off camera, get us a couple of Juggernauts to form the spearhead of our assault group, and in the next episode, we will... You know, in the next episode, we might actually take on the Cyberstorm CC. The fact is that the second and third Cyberstorm CC missions just aren't nearly so difficult as the first one, because they don't introduce new things in the same way, and because you have a significant technological edge over the Cybrids. You know, with Juggernauts, especially, the Cyberstorm CC doesn't have any single unit that can stand up to a Juggernaut in the way that single Nihilus and Hades could stand up to a demon. So, that mission is not nearly so difficult. Also, as you can see, we can now have 17 Hercs. I only have 10. So I can go into that mission with a very, very large squad. In any case, thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, my viewers. Please consider, you know, if you have anything to say, leave a comment by all means. I love getting comments, and YouTube loves videos that get comments. So if you want to help me out, that's an easy, low-cost way to help me out. Otherwise, consider subscribing to the channel, and more content like this will be coming your way on the regular. Thank you once again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.